not necessarily going to shifty run around you, but he'll operate this option-style offense, incorporate these RPOs. He has an arm to get it out there to shoot the ball downfield. But if he does pull it down and run, watch out. He'll run you over. He'll lower that shoulder, Chris. He'll give you the business.
Junior out of Abernathy, Texas. First year as a starter, and already you can see a difference with Army. In the shotgun with just one back, Markel Johnson flanked to his right. Tight end in motion. Give to Johnson. Tries the left side. Syracuse defense is there. No gain.
It's going to be a test up front for Syracuse defensively. They run this 3-3-5 defense. Rocky Long, kind of the originator of that defense. Now he's back and running this operation. And they are so used to doing a lot of twist movements up front, but if Army gets their splits really tight, they're not going to be able to do that. So we'll have to watch this line of scrimmage and who gets the movement.
Hand off up the middle. Kanye Udo, the ball carrier. Give him about 5. It'll bring up 3rd and 5.
Yeah, and Army is known for going for it on 4th down. They're 10 for 10 on the season on 4th down conversions. So they treat 3rd down as, hey, we don't need to necessarily pick up the 1st. We need to get close enough where we can set up a 4th and 1 if possible.
You can see Syracuse defensive numbers. They have been stalwarts this year. You got to think this is the most efficient offense they've faced, though, on the season. Pass out into the flats. That's going to move the sticks. Elijah Clark on the tackle, but Noah Short brought it in. And he got enough to move the chains. 8 yards on the pitch and catch.
And here it is, right? Not just a straight handoff. It's, hey, let's get the ball outside. Create some one-on-one matchups. These wide receivers are so used to blocking, so they already have that in their toolbox. These screen plays are a huge part of this offense. It's basically like a pitch in the old triple option.
They'll send Reed out in motion. Now bring him back. Sprint out to the left. Again, that's short. Give him about 7 yards. Elijah Clark on the stop. That was an interesting formation, too, an interesting motion. I don't know if I've ever seen a back like that in the gun. Yep. Sprint out to the left and then right back where he started from.
Yeah, it's trying to figure out what the defense is doing. Your back goes out. If a linebacker goes with him, you're thinking man-to-man. And so they knew what defense Syracuse is going to be in. Here you go again, man-to-man defense. What does that tell them?
Fake to Mundell. That time, Daly was dropped for a loss, and Terry Lockett in the backfield makes it happen.
And negative plays are what will kill an Army offense. Still heavily rely on the run game, but negative plays like this one, great job on the read by Lockett. They set up 3rd and long, right here, 3rd and medium.
Hayden Reed in the backfield with Daly. Syracuse showing pressure, and they bring it. Reed on the carry is going to come up about a yard shy. Jason Simmons made the stop. It'll be even more than a yard, about a yard and a half. Army will go for it on 4th down. As a matter of fact, they're a perfect 10 for 10 on this season going for it on 4th down.
Yeah, and they're going to bring in Jacoby Buchanan. They're 6 foot, 260-pound running back right there. You see that big boy. He does nothing but go downhill. Load up the box.
This is going to be a collision, I feel. The give to Buchanan straight through the center of that Syracuse defensive front, and a 1st down.
There you go. Doing some work right up the middle, and great job getting a hat for a hat. And when those shoulder pads get low like that and he runs behind the pads, there's not much you can do to stop it.
Now in Syracuse territory, keeping Buchanan in. He and Daly have a word pre-snap. Jet sweep. Good yardage on 1st down from Noah Short. give him 5 yards. And Short was a guy who was on the defensive side of the football last year before moving over to offense in the spring, and it's paying dividends for the Black Knights.
Yeah, and watch this block. Now he's going to be used as a lead blocker up and through on the jet sweep. And just a really good job of finding the next level blocker, picking up 6 yards on first down, and they're going to go left, they're going to go right, they're going to go up the middle, and you got to be ready for the movement, especially on the offensive line. Pullers in all these different directions. It's new for Army.
Zach Mundell in motion, now back towards his quarterback. Short will look to throw. Quick pass to Buchanan. Big hit at the 40. As Buchanan was met by Jason Simmons. No fear from Simmons, the 6', 196-pound safety.
And, hey, we showed him run the ball. We showed him block, and now you see him get out in the flat. Coaches said he has good hands, his first reception on the year. And on 3rd and 1, he leaves the field. Be ready for a shot in this region. They will go for it on 4th and 1, so don't be surprised if they try to throw one deep here.
Daly will look to carry it himself. First down and more. Inside the 35, down to the 34. 6 yards on the carry. Army efficient on their first offensive drive of the day so far.
And this is what they do. They run the football. They work the clock. They possessed the ball for 44 minutes last week. And they're already having that clock tick down under 9 minutes.
Against the very good UT San Antonio team last week on the road. 44 minutes possession. No turnovers, no penalties in that game.
Nope.
Daly to throw. Pressure coming. Gets rid of it. That's a dangerous pass and falls incomplete. Marlowe Wax put the pressure on Daly and forced an errant throw.
Yeah, if there's a key player to this team, it's going to be number 2. Watch Marlowe Wax. He has the running back man-to-man. When the running back blocks, he turns it into a pressure. Marlowe Wax is a future NFL player for this Syracuse Orange team, and this middle of the Syracuse Orange defense is going to be so big. Marlowe Wax, Kayvon Darton, number 0 in the middle. Those 2 guys have got to play a huge role in stopping this Army offense.
Jacoby Buchanan back in. Army behind the chains a bit here. 2nd down and 10. The give to Buchanan. Look at the push on that offensive line and Buchanan.
Man.
Picks up 6 or 7, and that was just moving the pile.
And yeah, I mean, this offensive line, just the wave. Watch this wave of white just clear out any blue jersey. That was a dominant impression by this O-line. And 3rd and 3, they got everybody in tight again in this formation.
Again, the give to Buchanan. Just muscling his way to that yard to gain. I think he's got it. Give him 4, and they'll move the chains.
Well, you know what they're going to do. Now, how do you stop it? I mean, that's the biggest question. And you see Monk, like, they're not cut blocking anymore. They're just driving off the ball. And he said, talking to him and talking to Drew Thatcher, he said, hey, it was actually a learning curve. We thought the running block was going to be super easy and come naturally. There's a good shot of Drew Thatcher. But it's interesting. They have to hold their blocks a little longer because the now run is coming out of the shotgun. Doesn't get on them as fast, but they're doing a great job. 14th
play of this drive. It has taken the entire first quarter so far. And Markel Johnson almost broke it for 6. Kayvon Darton saves a touchdown on that shoestring tackle.
Yeah, and this is the new wrinkle, right? They're going to bring guys back across the football for the seal block. Not only are they going to hit you straight up the middle, but they're going to come with the zone, the swap zone, and they're going to mess with the linebacker's eyes. This is all a part of this multifaceted offense. They are not just one-dimensional anymore.
Gain of 6 on first down. Marshall in motion. Jet sweep. Inside the 10, right down to the 10. First down and goal for Army.
Chris, if you want to take the wind out of the sails of a team at home, get the ball first and march it down on the ground. I mean, that's exactly what Army's doing. And you see the defensive linemen for Syracuse, hands on their hips, kind of thinking to themselves, okay, now what? How can we stop this?
Now real estate becomes tougher to come by. And it looks like Army might get 5 yards closer.
Offside. Defense number 0. 5-yard penalty. First down.
Darden was a little over anxious. He'll come to the sideline. 1st and goal from the 5.
Yeah, Kevon Darden, he's been a phenomenal player. He was a walk-on, earned a scholarship last August. He's been great in that middle of the defense. And we talked to Dino Babers about Darden and this matchup, especially with his running offense. He needs to be powerful. He needs to set that line of scrimmage, set the tone in the middle.
Buchanan, the lead blocker. Daly to the end zone, touchdown.
Well, we've seen Army do it against UTSA last week. We said, hey, this is a Syracuse defense that's ranked 14th in the country in terms of rush defense. Will they be able to do it against the Orange? The answer so far today has been yes.
That one may be coming back.
The ruling on the field of a touchdown is under further review.
If you remember, every score is reviewed. Every play is technically reviewed. And if you look at this one from Daly, Mark, I think his knee was down as the ball was right outside of the goal line. You can see him on the far side. You can see the ball. Now, there's the knee down right there.
Yeah, it looks like short.
Yeah.
Yep, short.
That ball is going to be just shy of the goal line, I believe, when Rimas Kozica, that's our replay official, takes a look at it. Looks like that left knee right there is down, and the ball is going to be at about the 1 foot line.
I think you're right, Chris. Well, they've shown they can pick up a couple inches.
This may just get this opening drive up to 10 minutes in length.
After further review, the runner was down with the ball short of the goal line. 2nd down.
2nd down from the 1 foot line. Bryson Daly in this Army offense will come back on the field and try and finish off the drive on this play. Daly, 13 in white, Mark. You mentioned it. Coaches see him as more of a linebacker playing quarterback than a lot of the small, shifty, quick guys they've had at Army over the last few years.
Yeah, and it works out. They love running between the tackles, and he's another option.
He's got Buchanan behind him. Gives it to Buchanan, and he powers his way in.
It's just a force. This offensive line for Army has just manhandled the defensive front of Syracuse. Look at this push. That left side of the line, and we're talking O-line, but that includes the tight ends. David Crossan and Joshua Langenfelter, they are monsters in the run game, helping drive that downfield.
Quinn Moretsky with the point after try. The Army Black Knights have invaded Syracuse, and they're up 7-0 early.
I hope you know there are millions feeling just like you.
Lost.
Surrounded by darkness.
But we want you to know it's okay to lean on others.
Talk to a friend.
To ask for help.
Whether you're a
mentor,
teammate,
mom.
It doesn't matter who you are. We are all bonded together and trying to overcome this stigma.
Kicking the stigma.
We don't know any first responders who only give 90%. Or farmers, the workers who build our towns, roads, infrastructure. They don't stop at halfway. And good luck finding a small business owner who's happy with an 80% effort. That's why they use Ford trucks. Ford F-Series, 100% assembled in America. Because we're all in on America.
Those new tiles are falling right into place until you run out of, what are those called again? That's it. For doing that doesn't stop, download the Home Depot app.
Businesses need 5G solutions today. That's why they choose T-Mobile for Business. MLB partners with T-Mobile to not only enhance the fan experience, but to advance how the game is played. AAA relies on T-Mobile's network to stay connected nationwide so they can help get their members back on the road. And we're helping Pano AI innovate to stop the spread of wildfires. Now's the time to see what America's largest 5G network can do for your business.
This is a cluster.
Hello.
It's what happens when marketers group customers with very different behaviors into one tangled mess.
This is a mess.
With MailChimp, marketers can use real-time behavior data to personalize every email for every customer, turning customers into customers. Intuit MailChimp, the #1 email marketing and automation platform.
Our Athletic Brewing Company drive recap is the opening drive of the game. Army took over at their own 25 after the opening kick, marched 17 plays, 75 yards in 9 minutes and 25 seconds, capped off with Jacoby Buchanan's 1-yard touchdown plunge. That was an impressive, as impressive an opening drive as you'll see in college football this whole year.
Yeah, it is, and they showed their dominance. They showed this is what we're going to come to do. And next time out, Rocky Long is going to have to show what the changes are. But now it's on Dino Babers and Jason Beck, the offensive coordinator for Syracuse. You have to understand you're not going to have as many possessions in this game as you would in a normal game with that much time taken off each possession. Every single time you get the ball, points are at a premium.
We'll step away for a moment. Be back shortly. Army up on top of Syracuse, 7-0 early.
When do we go from learners to leaders? Who draws the line between theory and practice and decides when our dreams go live? We do. Potential is over. It's time to rise as one, to rise as Orange.
Businesses need 5G solutions today. That's why they choose T-Mobile for Business. MLB partners with T-Mobile to not only enhance the fan experience, but to advance how the game is played. AAA relies on T-Mobile's network to stay connected nationwide so they can help get their members back on the road. And we're helping Pano AI innovate to stop the spread of wildfires. Now's the time to see what America's largest 5G network can do for your business.
Those new tiles are falling right into place until you run out of, what are those called again? That's it. For doing that doesn't stop, download the Home Depot app.
Hey, Jamie. Oh, what am I up to? Just visiting a special secret client. I can't say who it is, but let's just say she bundled her dream house and her dream car for around-the-clock protection with Progressive. Oh. She has another house in Malibu. She's been an astronaut, an architect, a CEO.
We're in front of her house, dude.
Well, I'd love to tell you who her boyfriend is, but I don't think I can. I'd love to tell you, but I don't think I can.
Marty, look for it on digital and Blu-ray.
Welcome to the new open web, where emerging channels like CTV, digital audio, and in-game open doors to new customers, so creativity and commerce thrive. Viant, built for the new open web. Built for now.
ACC Network College Football is brought to you by the Honey Baked Ham Company. Game day is a honey baked day. And Ally. Whatever you're saving for, we're all better off with an Ally.
Last time Army beat Syracuse 37 years ago last week, Jim Young's Black Knight squad in Michie Stadium. So it has been a while. Last time they played was 1996. That was a Syracuse win led by Donovan McNabb. And Garrett Schrader's going to have to pull his best Donovan McNabb impersonation in this game, I think, because Army looks like they're going to put some points on the board.
Yeah, we talked about the differences in the Army offense. Well, they got some new wrinkles on offense for Cuse. How about this? The naked bootleg, not once, but twice against Purdue. And Garrett Schrader, much improved passing through the air, right? He has that ability, but his dominance is his legs on the ground. And you know, he's taller in stature, but he also runs like a linebacker. He'll put you on the ground.
And they want to move quickly. Syracuse is not going to waste a whole lot of time in between snaps, as we're already seeing. 2 runs up the middle by Schrader, and it's a 3rd down and 3 coming up.
And Chris, there's one thing about going fast, but your defense just was on the field for 10 minutes. And if you do not convert this here, your defense is going right back on the field, dog tired.
Right, if there's a big 3rd down conversion in the first quarter, this is it.
Yep.
Schrader to throw. And out, that's going to be almost intercepted. I thought Cameron Jones was going to squeeze it and take it home. And the 3 and out is exactly what this Army defense is forced.
Yo, man, I mean, telegraphed the ball. Was staring down his wide receiver the whole time, and that should have been a pick 6 from Cam Jones. And like we mentioned, Chris, 3 and out. I mean, 40% of UTSA's drives last week were 3 and outs. And Army's defense is here to play, and getting the ball back to their offense, hey, they might take another 10 minutes off the clock.
Jack Stonehouse gets off a good kick. Cam Jones is going to try to return it from his 16, but isn't going to get anywhere. Good special teams from Elijah Clark in bringing down Jones. Army back on offense when we come back, up 7 early.
Those new tiles are falling right into place until you run out of, what are those called again? Oh, right. The Home Depot app is made for doing that doesn't miss a beat. So you can find what you need fast and keep things moving in the right direction. For doing that doesn't stop, download the Home Depot app. It's made for doing.
This is the all-electric Polestar 2. Now, with faster charging and an improved range of up to 320 miles. Enhanced performance with rear or all-wheel drive. And luxury design as standard. The all-electric Polestar 2. Visit Polestar.com to test drive and order.
This is a cluster.
Hello.
It's what happens when marketers group customers with very different behaviors into one tangled mess.
This is a mess.
With MailChimp, marketers can use real-time behavior data to personalize every email for every customer, turning customers into customers. Intuit MailChimp, the #1 email marketing and automation platform.
The chaos is coming, Guardian. I dare you to defy
it. Some people just know there's a podcast about that. Those are the people who know to choose Allstate.
Big tea drinker?
Yeah.
There's a podcast about tea.
He knows, and he wants you to know too.
I was listening to a podcast on if dogs know their dogs.
There's a podcast about that? Just like he'd want you to know about Allstate.
There's a podcast about fly fishing called Why Is That Person Doing That? It's called Tea-rific.
Are you listening to a podcast?
Yeah, it's about multitasking.
Some people just know there's a podcast about that. Those are the people who know you're in good hands with Allstate.
Welcome back to Syracuse. Army's offense back out here already with a 7-0 lead. This Syracuse defense, guys, is going to be tested, their endurance in particular. But this offseason, they worked with new defensive coordinator Rocky Long. They did extra conditioning starting this offseason. It was cornerback Isaiah Johnson telling me they did an extra 10 minutes even after practice was over to be able to train for games like this. Even looking at last week's game against UTSA, that defense was out there in big moments, having to stop on big plays. Bark, as a linebacker yourself, I want your opinion. How hard is it to have to go back out there when you barely sat down?
It's hard, but you also got to go make plays, right? I think that you want to get back there after like an embarrassing drive, honestly, on the defensive side. You want to go back out there and be like, all right, give me another chance. So, I think you're absolutely right. Rocky Long hopes his guys aren't sucking wind yet. Way too early in the game for that, but they also have to make a play.
Time of possession keeps up like this, they're going to wish they had Frank Shorter helping them out in the offseason in terms of endurance.
Yeah, and look at all these tight ends and tackles over here. They've just been washing down the defensive ends.
Give to Johnson. Picks up about 3 more. Isaiah Johnson on the stop, so we had a big third down for Syracuse on the offensive end. This is a huge third down for their defense to get off the field.
Yeah, it certainly is, and they bring in Isaiah Alston. Mr. Catch Anything. 6'4", 195-pound wide receiver. You see him, number 11 right there at the front of this point.
Third down and 4. Daly comes up to the line of scrimmage to change the play. 5 seconds on the play clock. They don't get it off. They might get a timeout. We do. Army called timeout.
Charge timeout. Army, their first of the half. It will be 30 seconds.
Coach Monk in just in the nick of time. Wanted to get the timeout there. Reminding Bryson Daly that how to get the play called if you're going to change it in time to get the ball snapped before the play clock runs out.
Yeah, and Jeff Monken, he was telling Bryson Daly, like, remember where the play clock is. I mean, it's in a different position in this dome than a lot of other stadiums. It's not next to the scoreboard where you see it a lot of times, so it's a vision adjustment for the quarterback. Always have to know where that is in each game because it's different in every stadium.
Now the big back, Jacoby Buchanan, comes in along with Zach Bundell. They'll flank Daly.
Now Alston's out of the game. Spec run.
Daly sends Mundell in motion. Now he comes back. Daly will keep it. Trying to find that yard to gain. He's going to be shy. Picks up maybe 2 at most. Syracuse looks like they've done what they had to do on defense, forcing a punt.
Yeah, they did, and it should be a punt situation. Daly wants to go for it, but on 4th and 2 in their own territory, you punt the ball away, and it's a good choice, and really good job by the defense. You have a drive where you feel like you can't stop anyone, and then you come back out and force a 3 and out and give your ball back to Garrett Schrader, where hopefully he can get in a rhythm.
Speedster DeMarcus Adams back to receive this punt. Cooper Allen lets it fly. That's a good kick. Adams is going to call fair catch and comes up to make it at the 30. 45 yards on the punt. Nothing on the return. And once again, we will see Schrader and the Syracuse offense in need of, if nothing else, a couple of first downs just to keep that defense on the sideline and get them a little bit of a rest.
Yeah, it was interesting. We talked about Army's defense last week, and Nate Woody, their defensive coordinator, he said, a lot of times we come to the sideline after 3 and outs, and there's no adjustments to make. It's like, keep doing what you're doing. No adjustments yet for this Army defense, and Syracuse has to put them in tough positions. You got to spread the ball. You have height matchups on the outside to get the ball to the wide receivers.
First carry of the day for LaQuint Allen. And he gets 8 yards, almost 9. And LaQuint Allen is a player that, well, Dino Babers spoke glowingly about. He was very reticent. He was like, careful. I don't know if I should do this, but I'm going to say he's a smaller Marcus Allen. Not that he's like Marcus Allen yet, but he's a complete back like Marcus Allen was.
He definitely is a complete back.
Schrader on the outside. That's Adams. Makes the catch, and he picks up a first down.
Yeah, LaQuint Allen, he's just been such a versatile back in this backfield. He's only a true sophomore, and with Sean Tucker in the backfield last year, he was in that kind of backup duty. But now it's his team, and he's back there, and he can catch the ball in the backfield. He can run the ball in the middle, on the outside. He's a great player.
Fake to Allen. Receiver wide open on the flat. That's Damian Alford. The Canadian takes it forward for another first down. This is when Syracuse gets into a rhythm very quickly.
They do, and they'll follow up big plays with fast to the line of scrimmage, and let's go for another big play.
Schrader to throw. To the outside. It's Hatcher. So he's spreading it out to his receivers. It's Hatcher. It's Alford. It's DeMarcus Adams.
And you see the spread look, right? Garrett Schrader is throwing the ball sideline to sideline, making the defensive front for Army run. They're going to keep running left, right, and that's when you can hit with LaQuint Allen up the gut as you spread out this defense and make it softer in the box.
2nd down and 7. Schrader again, the fake to Allen. Receiver wide open. Couple of moves by Donovan Brown. That's what Donovan Brown does best. He's not going to be the stretch the field speedster, but Syracuse leading receiver coming into the game is great after the catch.
And I think he was surprised he was that wide open. Looked like no one was walked out over top of him.
A lot of teams might let the first quarter clock wind down. Syracuse looks like they're going to do the same as well. I thought they may try and get one more play in before the clock hit triple zeros. Instead, they're going to let it run out, and they'll continue this drive on the other side. Impressive march by Army to go ahead. Syracuse looking to counter here in the Dome.
Those new tiles are falling right into place until you run out of, what are those called again? Oh, right. The Home Depot app is made for doing that doesn't miss a beat, so you can find what you need fast and keep things moving in the right direction. For doing that doesn't stop, download the Home Depot app. It's made for doing.
I've got home internet from T-Mobile. It only costs $50 at T-Mobile. Just one cord to set up. Say goodbye to that truck. Oh, what a beautiful morning. Oh, what a beautiful day. They won't raise your rates at T-Mobile. You'll get a great deal every day.
Home internet from T-Mobile, just $50 a month.
This is a cluster.
Hello?
It's what happens when marketers group customers with very different behaviors into one tangled mess.
This is a mess.
With MailChimp, marketers can use real-time behavior data to personalize every email for every customer, turning customers into customers. Intuit MailChimp, the #1 email marketing and automation platform.
Some people just know there's a podcast about that. Those are the people who know to choose Allstate.
Big tea drinker?
Yeah.
There's a podcast about tea.
He knows, and he wants you to know too.
I was listening to a podcast on if dogs know their dogs.
There's a podcast about that?
Just like he'd want you to know about Allstate.
There's a podcast about fly fishing called Why Is That Person Doing That? It's called Terrific.
Are you listening to a podcast?
Yeah, it's about multitasking.
Some people just know there's a podcast about that. Those are the people who know you're in good hands with Allstate.
Nissan has a car for everyone.
Every driver who wants more.
More turbo.
More freedom.
More electric.
At Nissan, more is all we do.
I hope you know there are millions feeling just like you.
Lost. Surrounded by darkness.
But we want you to know it's okay to lean on others.
Talk to a friend.
To ask for help.
Whether you're a
Mentor.
Teammate.
mom,
It doesn't matter who you are. We are all bonded together in trying to overcome this stigma.
Kicking the
stigma.
Start of the second quarter here in the JMA Wireless Dome. Cotter, Herzlich, Burris with you, and the officials haven't even blown the play in yet, and the receivers for Syracuse are already lined up like they're in starters blocks over here on the near side. They want to get going.
That bottom portion of the field, you got 6'6" and 6'5" at wide receiver.
Give to Allen. Patiently looking for a hole, can't find one. Was able to pick up about 3 very hard-earned yards.
Sounds good.
They have all 5 eligible receivers towards the bottom of your screen. No one's up top.
Schrader looking to throw. Could be a double pass. Instead, it's Allen. Picked up about 3. That play looked like it might go further, but good job by the Army defense to swarm over Allen.
Yeah, and Caleb Fortner, watch number 53. He understands the formation. He moves on out and does a great job of block destruction and makes the play. That is a great play by that linebacker.
3rd down and 5. Schrader looking to throw. Now pressure comes from the edge. They'll get him.
There he is again. Caleb Fortner. What a play. Had 6 tackles last week. And you see him. He's just working on Chris Belch. And that's a fantastic move, turning the corner and getting Schrader down. Wow. Good series of plays by him.
Brady Denneberg will come and try a 46-yard field goal. Denneberg voted one of the team captains of the Syracuse team. And he splits the uprights, no problem. More than just a positive drive. I mean, points on the board, and you give your defense a rest.
Yeah, I mean, those are good things, but you know what? They're not 7 points. And, good job. Army prides themselves on the red zone defense, and it was a good job standing up. And this is not something that Dino Babers teams are used to. I mean, they are a fast start team. They outscore their opponents in the first quarter, first half, almost every time out. I mean, in the last year, they outscored their opponents 92-57 in the first quarter, and there was only 3 games last year where they trailed at all in the first quarter.
Yeah, well, they hadn't trailed yet this year when you think about it. That Army touchdown, first points they've allowed all season.
Yes.
In the first quarter so far, so not a position they're used to being in.
Still is a big play potential offense. I mean, they can throw the ball deep. They get these big 10-plus yard plays, 20-plus yard plays, so they need to stay consistent, but good job by Army defensively holding them.
All right, we're just getting started today on the ACC Network. Coming up next, Boston College, after pushing Florida State to the limit last week, taking on Coach Brom in Louisville. And then tonight at 8 o'clock Eastern, North Carolina at Pitt. Both games also available on the ESPN app. Last time North Carolina went to Pitt, it's an overtime barn burner a couple of years ago. Carolina came from way back, and Pitt won it in overtime. So a couple of exciting games still to come today on the ACC Network. We've got one here between Army and Syracuse. First time in 27 years these two teams, separated by about a 3.5-hour drive in upstate New York, have met. And they're giving us a good one. Army running it on the right side. Udo again. Kanye Udo is a player we haven't really seen much from Army first 3 games of the year, but getting some run today.
Yeah, he's a true freshman. He went to their prep school last year, and so he knows the system a little bit. But good to see him get some clock. Really good play by Dennis Jaquez on the last one, getting him down for a short gain.
Short in motion. Daly looking to throw deep. Receiver broke off the route. He's trying to hit Casey Reynolds, who broke off the route, and the play goes harmlessly incomplete, but we've got a flag in the backfield. Initial indications holding against Army.
Holding. Offense number 70. 10-yard penalty. Repeat second down.
Tim Hedgepeth, our referee today. David Hoyt, left tackle, guilty party. Let's see if we can see it here.
There he goes, Jay. Dragging down Derek McDonald, the linebacker who came on the blitz, and that was a zero pressure, meaning no safety deep for Syracuse. Good job being aggressive on their blitz.
Second down and about 19. Not exactly in Army's wheelhouse. And in trouble here. Fumble the football! Army fell on it at the 10. Jackson Filipowicz was able to recover the fumble, and Dennis Jaquez forced it. Army very fortunate to be able to come up with that football.
Ooh, watch Jaquez, really good job of squeezing down, and McDonald makes the play. He's not going to get the stat, but staying outside and keeping his leverage forced him back in to take the big hit from the defensive lineman, and on third down
at 25.
You have got to believe Rocky Long is going to send pressure. This 3-3-5 defense is meant to confuse the offense with pressure from everywhere. Look for it here.
Got McDonald on the bottom of your screen, looking to come off the edge. Daly forced out. He's going to have to make a lot on his own. He got what he could, but nowhere near where he needed to get. And it looks like Syracuse may have forced their second consecutive 3-and-out. Tip your cap to this defense after being manhandled in the opening drive of the game by Army. These last 2 drives, Syracuse defense, they've stepped up.
Yeah, they have, and they needed to, right? Because they needed to build that confidence among themselves. I don't think it's lacking at all, but at that first drive, you start to think, I wonder what this is all about. And that penalty, it's a big aid, but then getting that negative yardage sack, I mean, that's hard to overcome.
Another good punt by Cooper Allen. Trevor Pena makes the catch at his 31, spins away from the first tackler. Still on his feet, spinning near midfield. Flag down behind the play as Pena was forced out at his own 45. Syracuse fans happy to see Trevor Pena, who's been banged up, number 2 in blue, now back out there.
What a return by Pena.
Check the marker. It was away from where Pena caught the ball and away from the action. Right near midfield. There you see the officials talking it over.
During the return, holding, receiving team number 11, 10-yard penalty, first down, Syracuse, timeout.
Fans are not happy about that inside the dome. It'll negate a beautiful return from Trevor Pena. Still, Syracuse with the ball, trailing 7-3 here in the second.
I hope you know there are millions feeling just like you.
Lost.
Surrounded by darkness.
But we want you to know it's okay to lean on others.
Talk to a friend.
To ask for help.
Whether you're a
mentor,
teammate,
mom.
It doesn't matter who you are. We are all bonded together and trying to overcome this stigma.
Kicking the
stigma.
The chaos is coming, Guardian. I dare you to defy it.
Your first home sees a lot of firsts. From first loves to first steps. And with the Home Depot, you'll find the confidence to create the first place you call your own. The Home Depot, how doers get more done.
This is a cluster.
Hello.
It's what happens when marketers group customers with very different behaviors into one tangled mess.
This is a mess.
With MailChimp, marketers can use real-time behavior data to personalize every email for every customer, turning customers into customers. Intuit MailChimp, the #1 email marketing and automation platform.
Okay, again, this is a status bar, this is a search bar. Let's know the difference, okay? Social media. It can be overwhelming for a young homeowner turning into their parents.
Now, what does it mean to slide into someone's DMs? That sounds like a lot of fun.
Okay, we're not ready for that. As a team, we'll get there. It might be a fruit emoji, but that doesn't mean they're talking about fruit.
Progressive can't save you from becoming your parents, but we can save you money when you bundle home and auto with us.
Okay, do you really think we need 47 photos of fun dinner at Pam's?
Yes.
No.
On that last punt return by Trevor Pena, crowd here upset. They thought we got either a late hit or a horse collar mark.
Yeah, and I mean, it looks like it was. Watch number 3 come in here and get that hand inside the jersey and yank him down. That sideline was all over it.
And I think you said it right. It was the yank on that horse collar that ultimately probably should have warranted a flag, but officials didn't see it. They did see the hold on the return, so bottom line is 1st and 10 from the 35. Allen met at the line of scrimmage and driven back.
Darius Richardson, big number 96. Really fancy little move on the inside. Good tackle. Watch 96 right over the center. Just threw John Ray Reed away. Made a big play.
Again, Allen. This time a little bit more room. Picks up 4. It'll bring up 3rd and 5. Cam Jones coming from his cornerback spot to make the tackle. A lot of 3rd downs in this game. Am I wrong about that?
Yeah.
I feel like both teams have had a lot of 3rd downs to try to convert.
Yes, they have.
Allen in motion, now empty backfield.
Army's outmatched to the bottom of the screen. There are no defenders covering 3 wide receivers.
Schrader, let's see if he looks that way. Instead, he looks to the left, wants to go downfield. Just overshoots Murray Hatcher. I feel like Hatcher may have slowed up a little bit, Mark, on that route.
Yeah, and it's a miss, right? A miss. Watch this right here. You get right here, your best wide receiver working on a linebacker, and right here, there's no one.
Wow.
That's a wide open receiver, and that was an unfortunate miss by Garrett Schrader.
You think we'll see that again?
I mean, if you don't fix it, they're coming back to it.
Good kick by Stonehouse. Bounces inside the 10. Eventually killed dead at the 15. 46-yard kick from Stonehouse. Army back with it when we come back.
I've got home internet from T-Mobile. It only costs $50 at T-Mobile. They won't raise your rates at T-Mobile. You'll get a great deal every day.
With the Home Depot app, the tools to keep the job moving are always in reach. Need specialized equipment? Tool, truck, and equipment rentals are just a tap away. Working a tight schedule? Order with our app and have it delivered to the job site for free. Managing expenses? Use our app to easily track and earn your Pro Extra benefits. For doing that doesn't stop, download the Home Depot app. It's made for doing.
Some people just know there's a podcast about that.
Are you listening to a podcast?
Yeah, but it's about multitasking, which I'm trying to do. I get you in one ear and...
Maybe I should do a podcast.
Those are the people who know you're in good hands with Allstate.
This is a cluster.
Hello.
It's what happens when marketers group customers with very different behaviors into one tangled mess.
This is a mess.
With MailChimp, marketers can use real-time behavior data to personalize every email for every customer, turning customers into customers. Intuit MailChimp, the #1 email marketing and automation platform.
Me and Bob met about 20 years ago here at Firestone.
I've learned over my life to find people that know what they're doing.
Working on cars is my passion and my love.
Helping our neighbors since 1926. Firestone Complete Auto Care.
This is for the community.
This is for my papa.
I love meritocracy.
Christian Gonzalez. For the nation that's always in my heart. And for everyone who will come next.
Let's go. Let's get it. Let's get it. I'm mic'd up, man. What you gotta say to the people, man?
Yo.
We gotta sink money right here.
Wax on, wax off.
People been loving the cleats, man. People been loving the cleats, man. Shout out. What what Dion say? Look good, feel good, they pay good, something like that. Shout out to mom, man. My mom, sister, grandma. Grandma couldn't come out today. She's feeling a little sick back home, but I know she watching. Shout out to her. When I come home, gotta get me a home-cooked meal.
Visiting with Marlowe Wax, Syracuse junior linebacker out of Baltimore. Not on the field at the present time as Army, after 2 straight 3-and-outs forced by this Syracuse defense, looking to move the chains for the first time in a while. First down, Daly picks up 5.
Marlowe Wax. It's so funny talking to his teammates pregame and going around, hey, we got a mic on me. What do you want to say to everybody? Shouting out Grandma. Good job. I love shouting out Grandma. Prayers to Grandma.
Home-cooked meal from Mom, no question about it.
Hopefully she feels better.
I could use a little bit of that myself. Everybody, the demeanor always changes when they find out they got someone's mic'd up or they're on camera. Syracuse much stiffer defensively in the middle of that offensive line where Army got such a great push in that first drive of the game. Mark, have you seen any adjustments or is it just, hey, we got to bow up?
Well, they're kind of slanting to gaps and it looks like that defensive front, they're picking gaps and they're going in these gaps, right? And if they can get some penetration up front with those slants, it kind of stalls some of those runs. And look for Army eventually to continue to wipe them down. That's what they were so good at, is wiping down from the tight end side. So watch this bottom side of your screen if that's where they go.
Daly's going to run it himself. Looked like he tripped on his own feet. May have had enough of a hole to get that first down, but he tripped before he got to the mark.
Yeah, and they want to go for it here so badly. Let's see what Monken does.
I mean, from the 24.
Hey, you bring in big back, right? Jacoby Buchanan. I don't know if I've watched lots of film on these guys. I have not seen a time where Jacoby Buchanan has been knocked backwards, and he's in the game right now. They are going to ride their big back.
They drew him offside in the first drive, and they don't even try that here, though. Buchanan's going to get the first down. I mean, you don't see teams going for it in a 7-3 game from their own 24 very often at all, if ever, in the second quarter.
And you see, that's the wipe down. That's the wash down on that left-hand side where those tight ends, watch them, 88, 85, just driving them downhill. And that requires safeties and corners to come up and make a tackle on a 260-pound running back. It doesn't even look like he's breathing hard.
Drew Thatcher, offensive coordinator, said 85, David Crossan invites contact. He looks for it, and he looked for it on that play. Darton active as always, number 0 in blue on the tackle on first down. Daly was only able to gain less than a yard.
Yeah, you talk about the tight ends, and Crossan, invites contact, but 88, Joshua Lingenfelter, an opposing coach came up to Jeff Monken and said, who's 88? I need to buy that dude a beer. He is the toughest football player I've ever seen, and they are blocking like that out there today.
They gave Daly a couple, so second down and 8. Syracuse showing a little pressure on the edge. Oh, big hit. Anwar Sparrow and Jaden Gould Gould coming up from his safety spot, the redshirt freshman from Somerset, New Jersey, transfer from Nebraska.
Yeah, good job. Staying behind the play and filling. I mean, he got a little bit of that too. Listen to this. Boom. You can almost hear that contact. Big third down. Already gone for it on fourth once.
It's 3rd and 6. Buchanan, the big back, in there with Markel Johnson, who's no slouch himself at 5'8", 200. Number 27 in white. Fake to Buchanan. Daly's going to keep it and delivers a hit.
Gosh! Yo!
Still on his feet, but he's going to be shy of the yard marker to gain. What a collision.
Oh, man. We got to see that again. I don't know if I've seen a hit like that from a quarterback in my life. He just ran over the safety. Here it is. Bam!
Wow, Smurf Greenwood.
Wow.
I give Smurf credit for putting his head into that action, but Bryson Daly.
Ooh, you don't want none of that.
Might get it again because it's 4th and 1, and Army, that offense is still out there on the field. Monken wants a timeout.
Timeout. Army, they're second of the half.
As they look over Bryson Daly, might have a bloody nose or a bloody lip. Wants his helmet, wants to get back into the action. 7-3, Army on top.
Greatness is a feeling. Fearless. Brotherhood. Greatness is more than winning the game. It's changing it. Greatness is what we do. Accomplish greatness.
Those new tiles are falling right into place until you run out of, what are those called again? Oh, right. The Home Depot app is made for doing that doesn't miss a beat. So you can find what you need fast and keep things moving in the right direction. For doing that doesn't stop, download the Home Depot app. It's made for doing.
This is a cluster.
Hello.
It's what happens when marketers group customers with very different behaviors into one tangled mess.
This is a mess.
With MailChimp, marketers can use real-time behavior data to personalize every email for every customer, turning customers into customers. Intuit MailChimp, the #1 email marketing and automation platform.
Some people just know that's not gonna fit. Those are the people who know to choose Allstate.
That's not gonna fit.
What's that?
You need another 4 inches.
Do you work here?
Nope. I just saw you there and I thought I'd save you the trouble. Nana.
She's a human measuring tape, and she knows Allstate is the right fit for her.
It's not gonna fit. That's not gonna fit. What? Steven.
Some people just know.
Well played. Well played, my friend.
Those are the people who know you're in good hands with Allstate.
The chaos is coming, Guardian. I dare you to defy it.
Bryson Daly on the sideline. Big collision between he and Smurf Greenwood on that last play.
Talk about a snot bubble hit being delivered from the quarterback. Because
he's not in there either on this 4th down.
He's not, and you'll have to keep an eye on that.
Dwayne Coleman, yeah.
Dwayne Coleman in there and big back Buchanan.
The give is to Buchanan. He just muscles his way forward. That's 4 yards from 33. Now, Bryson Daly is back in there.
Chris, we're in the booth next to the radio guys for Syracuse, and they just threw their hands up after that run like, what are they supposed to do? Man.
255 pounds downhill.
Man, Daly, one tough cookie.
Short in the backfield, now he's in motion. Daly to throw. Way too high for Isaiah Alston. Alston's 6'4", he needed to be 7'4" to bring that one down.
Yeah, really good scheme by Army offensively. And watch, they know they're man-to-man, so they're going to bring out here and then follow it back in behind with their best receiver, Isaiah Alston. And man, that's open. They're going to come back to that play eventually. That's going to be that backside linebacker has to have an awareness. They call it a beeline route, where the wide receiver beelines it right to that far hash.
Udo and Buchanan now in the backfield, 2nd and 10. They give to Udo. Lots of room through the middle. Mark it off at 8 yards. Second and short near midfield. We haven't seen Army really go up top and try a deep ball on these 3rd and shorts because you know they want to go for it on 4th down.
Yeah, you know you want to, and you look for personnel a lot of times too. Who's in the game? And with Isaiah Alston out, their best receiver, I would assume they would stick to the run here.
Short in motion. The give to Udo. And he's going to get there, 1st down right at midfield. Army's first drive took almost 10 minutes off the clock. They scored. Then 2 3-and-outs. And now this drive is a little more reminiscent of that first drive. Slow grind down the field.
It really is. And this is a great camera angle. Watch this line. Who wins this line of scrimmage? See which defensive line or offensive line gets a push here.
Fake to Johnson. Quarterback keeps 10 yards, 15 yards downfield. Leon Lowry made the stop, but it wasn't until Daly picked up 15 more on the ground.
Yeah, and it was that left side of the offensive line along with these tight ends. It's just down, and they're able to wash out that left side of the defensive line. Good job by 78. As well as Shane Buckingham. He's back from injury, holding up on that defensive end.
Daly to give inside. Markel Johnson gets maybe a yard. Marlo Wax with the stop inside.
Well, this is another one of those long drives, Chris. It's really either been 3-and-outs or really long drives for Army.
Unlike that first drive, they haven't done exceptionally well on 1st down on this drive. I feel like they've been 2nd and longer, but they've been able to convert, and they've used 4 downs a couple of times to do it. Daly, nowhere to go. Makes something out of nothing, though. Derek McDonald finally made the stop, but that's 4 more yards when he looked like he was dead to rights in the backfield. Timeout by Syracuse.
Syracuse, their first of the half. Media timeout.
Rocky Long and company want to talk things over and maybe just catch their breath. Army on top.
This is a cluster.
Hello.
It's what happens when marketers group customers with very different behaviors into one tangled mess.
This is a mess.
With MailChimp, marketers can use real-time behavior data to personalize every email for every customer, turning customers into customers. Intuit MailChimp, the #1 email marketing and automation platform.
The chaos is coming, Guardian. I dare you to defy it.
Around here, we like to keep things simple and honest.
Sure do. That's why at Progressive, we show you rates from other companies, even if they're lower than ours, so you can choose what's best for your family.
Comparing rates used to be a hard day's work, but not with AutoQuote Explorer.
Need me to help again?
No.
So join us and taste why Progressive is the name people trust. Sorry, are we talking about apples now or insurance? Why is that funny?
Me and Bob met about 20 years ago here at Firestone.
I've learned over my life to find people that know what they're doing.
Working on cars is my passion and my love.
Helping our neighbors since 1926. Firestone Complete Auto Care.
Nissan has a car for everyone.
Every driver who wants more.
More turbo.
More freedom.
More electric.
At Nissan, more is all we do.
No, it's not your usual, but cereal's tasty with Calfia almond milk.
Oh, looks yummy, creamy, delicious. People see me and think, oh, he only eats cookies. But me multifaceted individual, me try new things.
Guess we should start calling you Cereal Monster. Or that was just a joke.
Good, yeah, Cookie Monster.
Cookie Monster.
Cookie Monster.
Califia. Minute 42 away from the Auto Owners Insurance halftime report. Kelsey's going to have to separate EJ and Eric as Florida State and Clemson are doing battle right now. We'll get an update on that game. Take a look at our first half. And Eddie Royal's going to break down the North Carolina offense. UNC and Pitt tonight in our primetime game on the ACC network. 3rd and 5 for Army, looking to keep this drive alive with Jacoby Buchanan, the big back, and Bryson Daly. Daly will keep Buchanan with the lead block. Daly has the first down, again lowers his shoulder to pick up 9 yards.
Man, you got to watch out when number 13 is coming downhill. What, you talk about running behind your pads. This is exactly what that is. You got your pads leading the way, and
Jason Simmons.
I mean, you catch that off balance. That is a problem. Man.
As I was watching the UTSA game last week, the punishment that Bryson Daly takes throughout the game, here he's going to take some more. Multiply that times 12, and looking at this team, probably 13 games this season.
Yep. And yeah, you know, he's that guy. He's built for this. He trains for this, and this is his game, right? He wouldn't be an effective quarterback if he didn't play to his strengths, and these are his strengths.
Daly to throw.
Oh, that's
to the corner of the end zone. A player fell down and no flag.
That's got to be that's uncalled. But Justin Barron just almost decapitated the wide receiver out on his route.
That was Noah Short. Watch 15 in white.
Yeah, watch this. Number 15 running up the field, breaking to the corner, and the ball's in the air. That could not be more clear pass interference. But you know Jeff Monken, he'd say, excuses.
Right.
That's just an excuse.
The only thing that matters is it's 3rd and 9. Daly rolls out. Syracuse putting the pressure on to the end zone. Overshoots his man, Noah Short. Well, it's 4th and 9. And in this instance, you got to think that Monken will trot out Quinn Moretsky to try and put 3 more on the board, and that's what he's doing.
Yeah, they really went back to the same pass play, that inside corner route. That time it was played well by Justin Barron. That captain of the defense got away with one on 2nd down.
Moretsky, the senior from Honolulu. From 38. It's up, and it's good. With 29 seconds left to play in the first half, Army extends their lead back to 7.
That really is a good stand by the defense. And now, it's Garrett Schrader, right? He's been sitting on the sideline for past 9 minutes. And when you start to feel like you're getting a little bit of a flow on offense and then have to sit and cool down, it's hard to pick it back up. Hopefully he's drinking his Schraderade over there, getting ready to come back out.
Second 9-minute drive of the game for Army. This one, unlike the first, just 3 points on the board. But 19 plays on that last drive. Coach Monken, a good look at him. You mentioned in the open how he signed that contract extension now. It's been 10 years and 10 very fruitful years in West Point. And we were talking to him, and I said, Coach, you've had success here at West Point. A couple of 10-win seasons, all the Commander-in-Chief trophies. You can coach anywhere. And he says, I like coaching at Army because I feel a sense of responsibility in terms of the men that I'm coaching and teaching and what they're going to do when they leave my clutches and go out there to lead this country.
Yeah, I mean, think about that responsibility, right? You are leading 100 men who are then going to lead our armed forces. I mean, you're leading the ultimate leaders, and he understands that. And I think that we talked to him about the schedule that his players have to go through. A lot of them are taking 21 hours of school rather than 12, which is required at other places. They have 5:30 wake up every day. They have room inspections every morning. They have to make sure they're shaven, their shoes are polished. I mean, all the things that you think about it, an Army cadet has to do. These players have to do those things. And then on 2 hours of sleep, they got to go and practice football. I mean, these are some hard, well-coached men.
Schrader, with just a handful of seconds to work with, has a receiver at midfield, absorbs the hit, and Damian Alford brings it in.
That's going to be a mismatch all day. Damian Alford at 6'6", he's going to have the height advantage on a lot of these defensive backs for Army.
Under 20 seconds. Syracuse has 2 timeouts. Alford makes the catch, but he's out of bounds.
Oh, that was close.
I mentioned the Houston, they've got 2 timeouts, so that 15 seconds, they can use the entire field. But a lot of time ran off the clock there in between those 2 plays. A lot of time for Syracuse especially. Yeah. But with those 2 timeouts, Dino now certainly doesn't want to leave him in his pocket. Schrader to throw. Army brings just 4, so he's got plenty of time. Now the pocket collapses and he's flushed. Downfield, it's intercepted. That's Cam Jones.
Oh, he's going to go.
Flag down on the play. Jones is brought down at the 27 with no time left in the first half, but let's check the marker.
It's going to be a holding on the offense.
The half is not over. The half is not over.
The clock shows 000, but we got to get the call first.
Holding. Offense number 1. The penalty is declined. That is the end of the first half.
Pre-possession call goes against Syracuse, so the half ends.
There it is on the left side of your screen, the hold. You see number 95's jersey being grabbed, and Cam Jones, who almost had one in the first quarter, comes down with this one to end the half.
Jones makes a nice return out of it. He knew he had to get to the end zone with the clock coming down to 0. Wasn't able to get there. Exciting half of football, though, in the books. Army will take a 10-3 lead into the break. Let's send you to Kelsey Riggs and the ACC Huddle crew in Pittsburgh for the Auto Owners Insurance Halftime Report.
Welcome to the Auto Owners Insurance Halftime Report.
Cotter, thanks so much. It is a 10-3 lead for Army over Syracuse at the break, and we are coming to you live, the ACC Huddle, all day long from Pittsburgh ahead of tonight's